What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I am Wayno. How are y'all feeling? I hope y'all are having a good morning. You feel me? I hope y'all evening was great. I hope y'all in a good space, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and if you're not, that you working towards that. But you know what you got to do before we start. You got to hit them subs. If this is your first time here, I hope that you stay after this. You got to hit them likes because them likes help my engagement. And you got to hit that hype because the hype moves me up a little bit on the ladder. I ain't never been too high on the ladder, but it always helps. You know what I mean? That's how we get started. We are continuing, which I hope is the closure of this said situation between Maino and DJ Akademiks. Now, we've been covering this all week. You know what I'm saying? This is the third installment. I want to make sure that y'all understand that as we go through this saga, you know what I mean, as we go through these situations, that first and foremost, I do have a relationship with Ak, and I do have a relationship with Maino. You feel me? And every time you see people that you have a relationship get into it, you sit back and you look. And then not every time you run to be like who's right and who's wrong, especially in situations like this, because I don't feel like it's going to get to a detrimental level. But I tell you one thing. I told y'all that this shit could go left. And in a lot of ways, it's going left, which we will talk about one situation at hand. When niggas is bugging, I'm talking about nasty bugging. We gonna talk about it. But now Akademiks done bought Charleston White. He done bought Charleston White. And I'm gonna keep it 100, Ak. I'm gonna keep it 100, my nigga. What you tagging him in for? What you tagging him in for anything? If it's content, let it be content. But, Ak, he gets on the phone with Charleston White. And let me tell y'all, I've watched Charleston White on the internet for years now. And some moments I've been intrigued, and some moments I've been disgusted. I've been more disgusted than I've been intrigued. And the reason why is because he says that he's playing this character and yo, I'm a character and y'all ain't listen to me when I was saving the babies and all that other, you know what I mean? When I was writing laws and then when he talks, listen, when he talks that shit about, black people and certain things that they going through and gangsters and how they build up a persona and all of that, it does make your ears open up and you listen. You be like, damn, he does make a lot of good points. But then he also travels into the realm of disrespecting people who he's never known. You know what I mean? Like, I seen him on Sean Cotton or Say Cheese, and he's saying shit about, like, he talking about Oskino's son. Oskino's son, unfortunately, he passed away. But he ain't passed away because somebody harmed him. He wasn't no bad kid. You know what I mean? He wasn't in the streets doing some street crazy shit. You know what I mean? This was not no karma for anything his dad had done. Nothing. He got into a car accident. And to hear him talk about somebody that I knew, of course, I known, like I said, Vasquez since he was a baby. To him talk about him, I was just like, yo, bro, this nigga's disgusting. He's talked about Gilly's son and all that. And the thing about it is this. If you having some sort of conversation, a dialogue about somebody who passed away and you got sense, not saying that you can't speak about a certain said situation, but when you talking about it from a standpoint of, oh, I just want to antagonize you understand that at that point, you just have to alleviate yourself out of the situation. You got to take yourself out of it and be like, that dude is going to be that dude. I would never try to talk no sense into him. I would never try to have a conversation with him that would be conducive because he doesn't like to have conversations with people where they can make a point. He likes to talk over and yell and be the loudest, and he thinks if he talks the most and he's the loudest, then he's made his point. And for his audience, he probably does. But I don't give a fuck about that, right? But Act tags him in, and it's like, yo, bro. Let's listen to this shit. Because it's gotten, not that it wasn't. I told you I was going to go left, but it's getting to an outrageous level. You feel me? This ain't even entertaining on no, like, this conversation ain't even entertaining. And I'm going to tell you why for numerous reasons after we listen to this first clip.
Some random just sued me. Yeah, that's the one bitch who sued me. I never got arrested. The cops looked at everything. Everything's on surveillance tape. They cleared me. Never got arrested. Nothing. Maino got arrested for sexual assault back in the day.
I was just finna go to that.
Now, he should be somebody who know when somebody falsely accused you of some shit, you don't want to bring it up because they gonna hit that research button to realize the chick ain't get no money. I never got arrested. And all it was is she ran to the same lawyers that was trying to shake down celebrities, and they filed a lawsuit. That's it. Wayno has a whole history of all of these things that I know if I bring it up, people gonna say, yo, y'all were just joking.
Tell me, let me do it. I've been waiting to get into it with a New York.
Maino, all the huffing and puffing he doing, when he was there that night when Troy Ave shot at Tax Stone. His girlfriend got shot in the face. He ain't had no energy for Troy Ave. He knew that Troy Ave did it. Hey, he had supposedly when the scuffle happened in the green room and the chain dropped, I guess he called himself like he was playing tough. He picked up Troy Ave's chain. He wore it for a year, and then after a year, he came out and said, yo, this chain is fake. So Troy Ave started saying, if my chain is fake, why did you wear the fake chain for a year? You know what I'm saying? So really, this is a guy like, it's just that he's not that well known. When I Google Charleston White, a million things come up. When I Google Maino, there's not that much that comes up. I had to look real hard to find this.
I just know him from Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's trying to drag me to the place where people gonna be like, oh man, now you said that about some street shit. He gotta see you in the streets.
Now, you stay in your lane, homie. You keep being our journalist.
Back and forth. They're not witty enough. They're not slicking up.
Yeah. Now you keep staying in your lane as a journalist. I look for them big bad tough that bring this shit to the entertainment industry as if they street. So he got my attention. So I'm finna be real disrespectful to that and see if he really with that shit. I want to see, homie. I really want to see the way he just talked to you. I want to see will he give me that same energy, and I'm willing to bet he don't. I don't think 50 Cent will match me. I don't think Curtis Jackson can match me with this mouth.
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing though. The issue with you, that's why they don't want it, is that they know they can't beat you when they going back and forth.
I'm gonna disrespect their mama, their kid, they bitch, they dead homie, and tell them I'm gonna call the police. You do something and make him sit on his pussy, cause don't none of them wanna go to Rockland Island.
That's true.
Bro, this shit is so corny, bro. This shit is so corny. Like, listen, Maino, for one, has never been arrested for any type of sexual assault. Never. That's not his criminal record. And what do criminal records have to do with anything? Because guess what? We ain't talking about, like, he ain't talking about being tough. He ain't say he gonna put his hands on, act, or none of that. But then, Charleston come through with the, I'ma disrespect his mama and his daddy and his grandmama. And it, like, Uncle Ruckus is in full effect. You feel me? Like, he ain't, bro, like, what is we talking about? So let me tell y'all, for full clarity, I spoke to Maino today. And we had a really, really good conversation. Maino's whole thing is this, right? It started off talking about clothes, and we had a really, really good conversation about even with the clothes shit. It started off talking about clothes. There was a conversation about what you can and cannot, or what you should or should not be wearing at a said certain age. You feel me? And the goalpost is moved in that space. Because guess what? I remember the old white man that his grandson was dressing him in streetwear in the Supreme hoodies, the SB dunks, you feel me, the Stone Island jackets, you feel me, like the Y3 hats or whatever it was that he was rocking at the time. And this man is old. He's an older white man. And you could just see the love and affinity that people had for him going viral for wearing streetwear at his age. And then finding out that his grandson was the one that was dressing him. And then people was excited because this man was getting all types of brand situations and all of that. People was happy for that shit, right? But as soon as niggas wear what they want to wear, now as senior citizens and as black men, you supposed to throw the quarter zip on. And that's where it started. That's where it was rooted in. See, it started in that. Now, we all went back and forth. Well, not back and forth. We collectively didn't go back and forth on nothing because we know that academics don't get dressed. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I worked with this man for 3 years. I've known him for 8 years. He just started buying clothes like 2 years ago. I follow Act. Y'all follow Act. He just started buying clothes like 2 years ago. And you know the thing about Act? He dressed like the mannequin. That nigga dressed like the mannequin. Now, yeah, they start doing the mud slinging and all that. And Maino slung some mud too. Even about the allegations that was on Act regarding the woman that was in his house and all of that. And that situation, and it was his homeboys, and the shit is on tape, and he was cleared, he wasn't sued, all of that. But of course, you know what I mean? Like, they throwing mud. Both of them is throwing mud. But then he brings Charleston White in there. And let me tell you something, man. The thing about this whole Charleston White situation is that, like, I ain't saying it could go anywhere. But when certain shit start going left, you feel me? Certain shit start going left. And you looking around and you wondering who's on your side, who gonna ride for you, who gonna have your back, especially if you slip and fall. Because you know if you slip and fall, it hurt your back. There's certain people you could call for that. If you want to be the best rapper, you gotta have the best bars. Just like Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They gotten over $25 billion with more than 500,000 clients. And the results speak for themselves. A client in Pennsylvania got $29 million after being offered only $500,000. Another client in Florida got $20 million after being offered $0. Morgan & Morgan been fighting for the people for over 35 years. It's like hiring a legal army that's always going to ride for you. If you get injured by somebody else's negligence, then you deserve to be paid. Not all law firms is created equal. Hiring the wrong one could cost you. If you get injured, you could check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. But listen. Now, enter the Flakko chapter of this. I told y'all before, I'm going to say it again. I fucks with Flakko. Me and Flakko cool. But let me tell y'all something. One thing I learned as a man is I don't vouch for niggas gangsters. And what I mean by gangster is they toughness. You know how somebody say, oh, no, my man tough. My man is a stepper. He's a shooter. He's a grim reaper. Whatever you like to call somebody to describe them as tough, I don't do that for no nigga. Because let me tell you something. I done seen the toughest of the tough run into somebody tougher, and them niggas turn so quiet you could hear a mouse piss on cotton. But we ain't even talking about vouching for niggas' toughness. Flakko, disappointed in you. You want to know why? Because you out here vouching for niggas' dick size.
She took a picture and sent it out to the entire industry. That's where they get in a small meat accusation from. But I seen the real deal. I don't got a small meat. Pause. Like this, bro, I don't gotta say pause, bro. Y'all know my body, bro. All right, we straight hetero, bro. Hetero gang, you feel me? Like, we not on that. Y'all know me, bro. Not a flexible bone in my body. But I seen the real thing. Like, I seen the real deal. Act don't got a small meat at all. That's just propaganda. That's propaganda. I believe they're coming together and colluding to put the small meat accusations on Act. Straight up, it's propaganda, bro. Right? It's collusion going on. And if I'm Act, bro, bro. Man, listen, bro. If I'm Act, I'm dropping the vid, bro. Drop the vid, Act. Act. Drop the vid. I saw Act. Shut them up, bro. Nah, man. Listen, bro. You're better than me, bro. Y'all got one time to put small meat accusations on me, bro. I'm dropping the video, man. Straight up. All right. Again, I can vouch.
Being a defense attorney for another man's dick is despicable, disgusting, and disturbing. And you should be ashamed of yourself, my nigga. You should be ashamed for yourself. But back to the story at hand. I just had to put that out there because that's crazy. hetero gang. We ain't got to put, brother. Listen, we passed the joking. When you talking about you seeing the video, I don't want to see a video of anybody I got love or respect for and their hammer is out. Like, I don't want to see that. You feel me? But that's, it's a whole nother story for a whole nother topic that I possibly won't cover. But here's the point. Here's the point where it's getting wacky. You saying some crazy shit right here.
Mentioning some street about him, like, because if I get on there and said, all right, that's cool what you talking about, but let's talk about you getting arrested. Why they arrest you for the same you trying to accuse me of? That's number one. Number two, how your girl, you talking all this big bad gangster shit and how you tough and everybody scared of you. How your girl gets shot in the club and you shot in the green room, you right next to her, and you basically don't do nothing.
Man, what these known for going to jail for? Drugs and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Man, I don't listen to no who ain't got no violent past and came home on parole. That mean you had to do good in jail, nigga, to make parole, right?
Yeah.
Street don't make parole. They even break rules in prison. So don't tell me you was a street and got in prison and now you following rules. Nah, you were playing street rule follower.
See, two things that they have drastically wrong. One, act. Let's be for real, my G. I was in there too. I was in Irving Plaza that night when the shooting happened. It's hysteria. I don't know if y'all niggas ever ducked no bullets before. For real. Like, I don't know if y'all duck bullets. I don't know if you didn't, a bullet then came so close to you heard the. I don't know if y'all ever heard that before. It was crazy in there that night. Now, what do you think Maino's supposed to do when his girl is in a spot and she gets shot and don't nobody know where the bullets is coming from? What he's supposed to do? Pull out a motherfucking grenade launcher and just start shooting all over the damn place? We talking about New York City, around the corner from NYU. Like, let's be for real. We talking about Irving Plaza. You feel me? Like, what are we doing here? Secondly, Maino did not go to prison for selling drugs. Maino went to prison for robbery and kidnapping and did 10 years in prison. Now, listen, again, I don't vouch for a nigga gangster. That's something I don't do. I don't. Because it's a lot of niggas that have been to prison for years and come home and they pussy. So let's not skip over that. But sitting here saying, yeah, you don't respect somebody unless they got violence. Listen, man, this man, Maino, has survived a lot of shit, man. And like I said, I had a conversation with Maino. Maino right now currently is happy. He has a lot of things that he does outside of music. A lot of things he got going on that people don't see or don't know about. And I'm not gonna bring it to the internet to speak on it because that's not the conversation that was had. But he's doing good in life. His son's doing good, his family's doing good, he's doing good. You feel me? Now, to be sitting here saying teen-year citizen, if Maino a teen-year citizen, the fuck is Charleston White? Charleston White be having them bad Jimmy Jazz whole mannequin outfits on, 4 and 5 chains on, talking crazy and belligerent. Listen, the man knows how to articulate himself. He does. But we see more foolishness with him disguising that as, but I'm just a character. You could say whatever you want. I'm a comedian. I'm a character. I'm a social activist. Nigga, we can't tell who you is. And all of that. I've been waiting to get into it with a New York nigga. That's corny. See, that's the division that niggas don't need. Because guess what? When people come to New York, I said it before, I say it again, they are welcome. We don't tell y'all what y'all can. Niggas ain't waiting at JFK talking about what you can and cannot do when you touch the gate. Like somebody's gonna be waiting for you at LaGuardia. Somebody gonna be waiting for you at JFK to tell you where you can and cannot go or what you cannot do. We don't do none of that in New York. You wanna know why? Because we not haters. But all of this extra shit, his girl got shot in the face and he ain't do nothing. Nobody did nothing that night because we ain't know what was happening until we seen it on the news a day later. 2 days later, all over the newspaper. Ain't nobody know what was happening that night. And niggas could have lost their life. That's why I say this is not like, people say things jokingly and the shit is not funny. For myself, I was in the room below the room where everything was happening. Debris from the wall hit my face. Me and Davies, they had to jump on the floor. We don't know what's that. Somebody was in the room, got hit through the ceiling. You talking about what a nigga should do? You know, man, y'all niggas be playing, man. And I get it. Do it for the gram, do it for the content, do it for the streams. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, me and Ak was on stream last week. We had a great conversation, but I gotta call it how I see it. Reason why Maino would never talk about no gangster tough shit to do towards you is because if he was in front of you and he had the opportunity, he would do it effortlessly. And I'm not trying to put nothing even on Ak. I'm not. I don't want to see him get hurt. I got love for the nigga. I don't want to see him get hurt. You feel me? But when you start bringing in them, come on, man. Come on, brother. Charleston, Maino, Jim Jones, they senior citizens, and you on there talking to Charleston White, who as a black man or put on a Confederate flag. I don't give a fuck how much you playing, brother. You look crazy. Or put on Confederate flags and talking about how he like the shit that he just do is just, and listen, it's sensationalized. People watch it all day. People laugh with a joke about it. Think it's a game. Think it's a joke. Everything ain't funny. You feel me? But I just think like it's reached a somewhat dangerous ground. It's been trolling. It's reached somewhat of a dangerous ground. But me personally, I would like to see this shit be nothing for real. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, it's corny overall if niggas can't joke. And how Ak was saying, Maino and his feelings. Ak, you and your feelings too. You and your feelings too, and you know that. You know when niggas say certain things about you, it triggers you. We could talk about everybody getting money. We all getting money in this space and other spaces and doing things and all that. Everybody getting a couple dollars, you feel me? But don't act like if you think you hurt his feelings that yours isn't hurt either. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section though. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually will. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace. This is an idea that was in my mind, and then I communicated it to the person who does my logos, and I told them, and we got this. Then it went from me having a logo to put on my channel to me actually having product, and that's why I'm doing this. And then we got the Family First edition is to basically solidify that blood makes you related. A bond makes you family, you feel me? And with this Family First piece, when you get one of these, just know that when I start doing this live, if you purchase the Family First piece, then that gives you perks at the live show. You know what I mean? You might get a discount on the tickets, all that. So my whole idea for doing this, man, was to just inspire others that if you have an idea, if you have a thought, if you have something, that you're working on or want to work on, and you might be frightened about it, you might be, second guessing or doubting yourself, don't. Just do it. You know what I mean? I'll do it myself.